now I see why you need the thunder.
The Twilight Saga is the biggest book movie for since Harry Potter.
I'm not scared of you.
25 million books have been sold, and the two movies so far have taken in over 1 billion worldwide at the box office, making it the #1 teen romance flick of all time.
Now, it's a very exciting day today because the third instalment of the Twilight Saga Eclipse is out in cinemas right now. Now, being the biggest Twilight fan, I've travelled all across the world to visit the northwest of the USA, Washington State, the home of Twilight.
I'll protect you, no matter what.
In the state of Washington, under a near constant cover of clouds and rain, there's a small town named Forks. Population, 3,120 people.
Forks is the Twilight capital. This little logging town has caught a serious case of vampire fever. Although most of the movie was filmed over the border in Oregon, Forks is the place that draws all the true believers. Visitors are up from 8,000 a year to nearly 20,000 a month since the first book was released in 2005. Showing me around is co-Twilight fan and intrepid travel guide Austin Kelly.
So when Stephanie Meyer was actually looking for a place to base the Twilight series, she Googled the rainiest place in the continental U.S. and Forks came up.
This is what came up. It looks exactly like I'd imagined it would look.
If you are a fan and make it out here, check out Dazzled by Twilight, where you can stock up on some serious vampire merchandise.
Situations are critical.
Got a vegetarian.
That's me.
That looks nice.
Thank you.
Edward prefers brunettes. At the moment I'm blonde, so I can't wear that. So
Toss it.
my boyfriend Sparkle. That's cute too.
Not the first time that's actually happened.
Oh, I saw it too big part.
Deep inside, you never know when they're satisfied.
Thanks. You like forks? Oh.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
The monsters are buried
Magic.
deep inside.
The basic plot of the Twilight series is a teenage girl named Bella, who moves to Forks and falls in love with Edward, a member of a local vampire family.
You're wasting away. Okay, you gotta look before you go.
Fans will be pretty excited to see the real Forks High, where Bella, played in the movies by Kristen Stewart, first finds out Edward, aka heartthrob Robert Pattinson, is not just another high school hooker.
So, yeah, here we are, where all the romance began between Edward and Bella.
Oh, I remember their first scene in chemistry together.
A bit strange, wasn't it?
It wasn't exactly a normal love affair, no. You know, one of my favourite scenes in the whole movie,
What's that?
it has to be when the actual romance starts to be public at school, where he's got his little glasses. It's kind of a bit James
Rockstar.
Dean. Yeah, and Rockstar. Where he kind of says, you know, she's mine, and everybody and all the vampires and the whole schoolyard is looking at them, and he's like, yeah.
I'm breaking all the rules now anyway. Since I'm going to hell.
But there is one big question that I need the kids from Forks to answer.
Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Jacob.
Jacob?
Yeah.
Which team are you?
Jacob.
Which team are you?
I don't know, I like both.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm with you. The coolest thing about coming to visit the Forks High School is that you can actually buy a T-shirt that they wear in the movie, just like all the kids at the school. So, I was going to ask this gentleman, can I please get one of those T-shirts?
You may. They're $12 and I'd be happy
$12?
to sell you one.
All right, well, I have my cash here ready to go.
Excellent.
I'll work it out. Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to rock that out back in Sydney.
Fantastic.
What do you guys think? There you go. Forks Spartans.
But our Twilight journey isn't over yet. Later in the show, we'll travel beyond Forks to some of the magical locations that inspired the series. Welcome back to the wonderful world of Twilight.
Meet me on the equinox. Make me.
We're outside the town of Forks in Washington State to seek out the locations that inspired the Twilight books and the movies.
You're beautiful.
Beautiful. This is the skin of the killer, Bill.
Vampires, of course, need somewhere dark and mysterious to hang out. And Stephanie Meyer found just what she was looking for just outside Forks in the Hoh Rainforest in Olympic National Park.
This land of a billion shadows leaves a lot to the imagination. We've only really explored just a small portion of it.
Ranger John Preston is welcoming a whole new breed of visitors these days.
Yeah, these big leaf maple, they're the largest of the maple species. And
They're incredible.
they have a way of just hanging on to this moss. And it just adds so much mystique to this place.
Walking around here, you almost expect to run into the Cullens on a hunt.
I can see that there's a lot of wildlife, and obviously with the elk, I mean, that's what the vampires had for food.
That's
because
right.
the vegetarian vampires, of course. Not all the vampires, because there's some bad ones.
And if you'll notice, though, that in the books, Edward was very respectful of the boundaries of the park and the way we protect those animals.
But I want to know, are there any real mysteries or legends here?
This is one of those places in which many people claim they have spotted Bigfoot or some evidence of Bigfoot's existence. Now, I am not going to stand here and tell you that they don't exist.
So, we've seen the vampire's lair, and it's only right that we check out Jacob and the werewolf's home ground. In New Moon, Jacob, played in the movies by Taylor Lautner, emerges as Bella's protector.
The push, baby. You in?
Should I know what that means?
The push beach down to the Cool Ute Res. We're all going tomorrow.
Welcome to beautiful La Push.
Oh, it's amazing.
Isn't
Absolutely
it?
magnificent.
Intrepid guide Austin Kelly is always on the lookout for another Twilight angle.
It almost feels like I should be telling you that the Cullens are vampires.
Yeah, it feels like we're actually in the scene right now.
Yeah.
Okay, did you know Cool Utes are supposedly descended from wolves?
What?
Actually, I have some dog tracks here today. Maybe wolf tracks, who knows?
Some wolf tracks.
One of my favourite scenes from New Moon is where Bella jumps off the cliff to try and get Edward to come back. And here in La Push, you can see where Stephanie Meyer imagined it taking place.
But this is actually a sacred land. It's a sacred site. It's called a kalat. And it's actually the site where a lot of the Quileute chiefs are buried.
Jackie Jacobs is the spokesperson for the Native American Quileute tribe that has some interesting news about the real legends.
The Quileute, their creation story is that they were transformed from wolves, but they are not werewolves, and there are no werewolves on the reservation. I'm sorry.
And you all haven't had like a movie night where you watch New Moon and Twilight?
Well, listen, there are a lot of Quileute girls running around that are Team Jacob. Trust me. Absolutely.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. For any true Twilight fan, this is the journey that you have to take. You can base yourself in Forks, take a trip up to the beautiful Hoh Rainforest. When you see these places, you can really see where the inspiration behind the books and the film really came to life. But I better get out of here because I don't want the tribe knowing that secretly I'm actually a Team Edward fan. Gotta go.